the 5th time ever on the channel, the special event is back in 2024. And once again, we are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, my home racetrack for the 2024 NR2003 Birthday Bash, celebrating my 22nd birthday with the 2002 car set the year I was born. And we are in for a doozy, 30 laps of action here at the greatest racetrack in the world, in my biased opinion, is the Birthday Bash for 2024. I'm S97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and alongside me is Caleb Rose for this one. Welcome to Indianapolis, Caleb.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure to be here, especially on your birthday.
Yeah.
But, sorry.
That's fine.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this race. I honestly really love special events. They're always a lot of fun, and we're just out here to have some fun here today. Have a good race and see who can walk away with the checkered flag.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it's gonna be interesting. Next 2 days, special events. Today's the Birthday Bash, and tomorrow is the Ultimate Awareness 500, the wildest special event all year long. This one might be wild a little bit, but it's more gonna be about track position and strategy, especially here at Indianapolis. And it's gonna be interesting what ends up happening. Of course, we do have 5 first-time starters: Bernardo Olvera, Blake Blueville in the number 2, and Bernardo in the number 5. We got Neil Sanka in the number 28. We got Nathan Buchanan in the number 32. And then Rodovich Shred in the number 44 are the 5 first-time drivers. The rest of the field have some kind of experience, so this is a very experienced field on the channel. And then of course we have the 2020 winner Reim, and the defending winner Luna Lona in the number 9, who starts 4th here today. With how experienced this field is on paper, how do you think that will play out here today?
Going to be interesting to see. We've got a very strong field here today. Got some past winners, got some guys making their first career starts. So it's very diverse, but like I said, it's still very strong. I'm sure it's going to be very competitive here today. Especially with that pit stop in the mix, that's also going to make things really interesting.
Oh yeah, without doubt. You mentioned the pit stop. If this thing stays green like it did last year, then we will have a pit stop right around halfway, around that 15. So that's going to be interesting how that plays out. And let's go ahead and get to the starting grid here, as it is the number 97 of Ryan Dwyer on the pole, and alongside him is Matthew Hubert in the number 36. Row number 2 is the number 6 of Kenneth Miller, and the number 9 of last year's winner, Luna Lona. Row number 3 is Mr. Edge Sam with Dio, can't count this guy out. And alongside him is the number 4 of Will Parrish, owner in Cup and Schwartz main appearance here today. A lot of team owners are racing here today and tomorrow. In row number 4, we got the number 88 of Jordan Stout, and alongside him is one of the first time drivers and another team owner of the number 5 of Bernardo Olvera. Then rounding out the top 10 is Travis Crampton in the number 22, and Eric Marco in the number 19. So let's go ahead and get these 42 drivers rolling off here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 2024 Birthday Bash. This event has taken place 5 years, not in a row, but 5 years now. The 5th event of this event. It was at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then it came to Indianapolis. So it's gonna be a wild one here. 30 laps of action. Pit stop right at halfway if this race stays green. I've done some things to the ratings and to the strength for maybe it won't go caution free, and maybe we'll have better racing. What do you think we will see here today, and who do you think will win the 2024 Birthday Bash?
Like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some very competitive racing here today, but someone who I'm kind of eyeing right now, starting there on the inside 3rd row, Nicholas Samadillo. I think he's probably going to be my pick to win today. I like where he's starting. You know, the inside lane here in Indianapolis is the place you want to be. And he's been really strong for me over there in Alex's series, and I know he's a very strong NR driver in general. I think he's going to be the one that gets it done here today.
Not a bad pick. San Mateo did pop off like 3 wins in the Alka series last winter, so definitely a force to be reckoned with already on the channel. And who knows, maybe he can get a 4th win here today. Off of turn number 4 and getting ready to go down this long front straightaway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And it will be line to line, and after Hubert lands to the green. 2 very strong JBL Cup Series drivers at the moment, trying to build up some momentum towards the rest of the season here today with a race victory. The first of 2 special events for the next 2 days. And coming to the line, we have Green Flag Racing for the 2024 NR2003 Birthday Bash at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A great stuff from Ryan Giovanni. Top 7 looks to be single file for the most part, as Giovanni will lead lap number 1 here in the Birthday Bash. Hubert in second, but Kenneth Miller is going to peek down to the inside and take that second spot away from that 36, and we're going to see this all day long, especially in 1, 2, and 3. That inside lane is where you want to be, but sometimes that second lane can get a 1 off of turn 4. San Mateo with a slide job. Kinda, and he's going to take that 3rd spot away from Hubert, and we're going to see this all day. The outside lane's not going to be the place to be.
Yeah, definitely, especially early on when it's not quite rubbered in just yet, but yeah, already starting to see. I think turns 1 and 3 is where a lot of the moves are going to be made, because you've got those long straightaways where you can generate a lot of draft, and some huge runs can be made. As you can see there, Nicholas Samadillo had to get out of the gas just a little bit in turn 4. It's going to allow the number 88 of Jordan Stout to get underneath him, and he's going to get down to the inside going through turn number 1.
Jordan Stout has been on a rocket ship as of late in Truxton Cup, and he's on a rocket ship early on. As we have Fords 1, 2, 3 right now in laps 1, 2, with the 97 of Giovanni and the 6 of Kenneth Miller. But watch out with this 88 Jordan Stout with a massive one. He's going to try and get to the inside, but thinks better of it. Hubert in 4th, and cannot count this driver out. Luna Lona, last year's winner, trying to go back to back. Here comes the 02. That would be one of the first time starters, Blake Blueville, in the number 02. Great one for him. First start on the channel and trying to mess with one of the better drivers on the channel of Travis Crafton right there. Oh, battle for the race lead.
Oh, here we go. Number 6, Kenneth Miller tried to get underneath the 97, but the 97 was able to stay clear. Ooh. The 36. That was Matthew Hubert. Barely got to the inside of the 88. There was just barely enough room for one car right there, and the 36 somehow made it work. The 88's going to try and fight on the outside. Samadillo back there going to put the nose underneath Luna Lona, and the 88's actually going to hang on the outside lane.
The outside lane's actually being a lot more competitive than what I thought it would be here today. Kind of surprised about that. Hubert's going to have another shot at it down the front stretch, or maybe not. The 88 might have a shot for the 6 here. Gonna dive bomb turn 1. And gonna move Kenneth Miller up the racetrack, and he's gonna take that second spot away. Salvafay aggressive 1 to 2nd. And now that's gonna open the door for Hooper and Samadillo to take those spots as well. How about Showakowski in the number 55? He's been the guy to beat in the Cup Series so far. And he's inside the top 10 now in that 55. And now, unfortunately, Kenneth Miller's gonna suffer the fate of being stuck up top.
Still side by side with San Mateo. They're trying to hang on, but San Mateo's going to power ahead in that number 1, but he's going to be able to slide back in line as, I think we almost had 3 wide back there, as I think the 9 of Lona might have tried to slip to the outside of the 55, but just wasn't able to do it. But yeah, Joe Rutkowski making his way through the field. He's been on a tear as of late over in the JBL Cup Series. He's falling outside the top 10 right now, but still in a good spot to potentially make some moves here. But yeah, like we saw right there, that was a huge run generated by the 88, and he absolutely sent it into turn number 1. And now he's looking to try and run down our race leader of Ryan Durrani.
Jordan Stout might be a fast car here today, trying to chase down Ryan Durrani, who has led, I believe, every lap from the pole up to this point. San Mateo might be a guy to watch out for. He just took third away from Hubert. And now Miller to the inside of Hubert again, and I'd say you probably want to be in the side of the top 10, maybe top 15, before pit stops, right around halfway, because that would be very important here at Indy, especially getting a good pit stop and doing a good strategy of when you want to pit. Because it's going to be around lap 15 where they will pit, and that could be very interesting of who will do the strategy right, if you want to pit early or pit late in the pit cycle. Crampton to the inside of Kenneth Miller, and oh boy, that's 3 wide. Oh, and that's not gonna look out.
There goes the 2.
Nathan
Orman goes around. Oh, this is gonna be a big one.
The big one at Indy. Don't come back up the racetrack. I think we're good. Ormond. Oh boy. Oh my.
Oh.
We are good. Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, we are not good.
Oh, we're not good.
I think the 41 might have got half spun of Dylan Matthews right there. I believe the 7 of Ruiz was involved. The 2 of Orman with the most damage. The 99 of Ronald Kennington, who has struggled this season in the JBL Cup Series, is going to struggle again here today. A couple of more cars were involved, and now this is where I'm glad I'm not a crew chief, because it's about 15 laps on fuel, and from where we are right now, they cannot make it on fuel from here. So I would imagine they would probably stay out, but then again, I could be completely wrong.
It'd be interesting to see what these guys do. I mean, yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to stretch it that far. We'll see if anyone at least decides to try and get some fresh tires for this restart. And it looks
Wow.
Oh, the 25 looks like he's going to stay out. That's Steven Colon. And he's going to try and go for track position here.
Eric Monaco and Abel, who won at Dover yesterday in the JBL Cup Series, stays out. Tanya Pond, the ARCA champ, stays out. Dylan Matthews and Chris Jericho. So a lot of drivers stay out. And not a lot, but a handful. Meanwhile, a lot of the field decides to pit, and I don't think they are going to be able to make it from here. This is going to be like 22 laps on fuel. And unless they think that we might get some cautions and save, this probably will not work. Unless we're mostly doing this with tires, and that could be the case. See if who wins the race off a pit road here. Looks like it might be the 97. And it will be the 97. Oh! Stout triking it at the last second. Hernandez. How about this 02 of Blake Blueville? A great one all day so far and a great pit stop. Miller. And how about another first time starter, Bernardo D. Olvera, with a good pit stop. And then Crampton, and then the 14 of Logan Williams to cost that 3-1 melee, and eventually the caution. He's up front as well. This is going to get interesting with the top 6 staying out. This is going to be very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a replay of what happened for the first caution of the day in the 2024 Birthday Bash. So here we go. Tough break for Nathan Ormond, the teamer of Hendrick and Thorsport and Truck and Cup, his first start on the channel in a hot minute as a driver, and unfortunately Logan Williams, he had a massive run and sent it 3 wide at Indy and made contact with Orman first right there. Sent Hooper up the racetrack a little bit. And unfortunately Indy, it's wide enough for 2 cars, and sometimes 3, but sometimes this happens. And Logan Williams, he just used Orman up and sent Orman into Hooper off of turn number 4, turn 3. And then nowhere to go for the number 7 of Ruiz. And then nowhere to go for Angel Gutierrez in the number 30. He's going to get clipped. And nowhere to go for Joe Wachowski. He was going to be fine if it was not for the 30 right there. And then back up the racetrack, Boston Medic involved. Ronald Kennington involved. I believe that is it after the 99. Ruiz does go up the racetrack, but everyone misses him. So that is it. Tough break for a lot of these riders of Orman, Minnick, who's a team owner. Orman, the team owner. Kennington, he's had a rough season in Cup. And then Ruiz has had an up and down season in the Cup Series, and Hooper has also had an up and down season. So a lot of up and down seasons up to this point. And then something happened between the number 41 here of Dylan Matthews. And they were going to be fine. I don't know what. Oh no, it was not the 41, it was the 29. The 29 got pinched between Noah Clifton and Jack Haas. And it was Tampon that did a half spin. So that's what happened to the 29. Let's go ahead and take a full replay of the first caution of the day.
You're going to see right here going down the backstretch, Logan Williams gets a really good run, about too much of a run that he knows what to do with. Sends it 3 wide on the 2 of Ormond. And you're going to see off the corner, he's going to slide a little bit wide and run the 2 out of room. And that's going to set off this whole calamity. And you see everybody just piling in because they got nowhere to go. Everyone's trying to scatter around to avoid the wreck. And that's going to cause almost a half wreck with the 29 going around. You'll see right here, just a pinch up into the wall. Nothing too bad, shouldn't be significant damage from that, but there's definitely going to be some cars with significant damage from the initial accident. Tough break for all those guys involved, but just one of the products of this racetrack.
Yeah, 3 wide, it does not look 50-50, and unfortunately that time it did not. 6 drivers stayed out, and one of them was Steve Collin in the number 25. Another team owner in Cup that is racing here today, trying to get a win. Can he get the job done? Let's see how the strategy plays out here at Indianapolis for the 2024 Birthday Bash. Welcome back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 2024 Birthday Bash. And after the first cautioner of the day, we will go back home with still a bunch of laps left on lap 12 of 30, so 19 laps to go. The tops that stayed out with Steve Cologne, Eric Monaco, and Abel, who won at Dover yesterday in dominating fashion. Tampon, who did a half spin, might have flat spotted his tires. Gotta see how he is on the restart. And then Dylan Matthews and Chris Jericho all stay out. And then 7th, Amon Bat took tires and what we believe fuel as well, so they will be able to stay out a while here. And if this thing stays green, probably be able to stay out to at least lap 20, 24 maybe. And that could be very interesting of how the strategy will play out. But the top 10 is Stephen Collin, Eric Marco, Aaron Abel, Tampon, Dylan Matthews, Chris Jericho, Ryan Dwani, Jordan Stout, Nicholas Amadeo, and Blake Blueville. And the 2 cars out are unfortunately the 2 Team Penske cars of Boston Minnick and Nathan Ormond. Here we go, 19 laps to go, some strategy now here at Indianapolis, and let's see how things play out. Back to the restart, and a great jump from the top 2, a bad jump from Aaron Abel in the number 43.
Aaron Abel did not go at all there, and actually what's kind of interesting to see is that the 97, Ryan Durrani, didn't get a good lift off either. He's fallen behind Chris Jericho a little bit, but you might start to see here. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's where the tire advantage is coming in. Durrani almost immediately closed up to the 18 of Chris Jericho. Now on the back bumper of that 18. See if he dives out of the inside in 3 and 4. Not yet. He's going to stay in behind. Got to move back there. The number 6. Kenneth Miller dives underneath the 02. Blake Buville almost slid up into him, but managed to keep it on the bottom. But up front, Stephen Cologne's holding on to the lead right now, but he's got Eric Monaco right behind him.
And it's going to be interesting of how much of the tide difference is going to be as battle the race lead.
Here we go.
Monaco to this top spot. That wasn't really a battle at all, but to the top spot. And it's going to be interesting of how these tires will be, because these top 6 are going to have 12 lap, going on 13 lap over the tires than what Dwayne has. And right now Dwayne cannot make any spots inside the top 6. How about Abel? Trying to go 2 for 2 this week. He won at Dover in the JBL Cup Series. Trying to win here in the Birthday Bash with this alternate strategy. The inside of Stephen Colon. And he might be able to get him. This turn 4 is really good for the outside lane though. Oh boy.
Seeing back there, the number 88. Jordan Stout to the inside of Durrani. He's going to get by him. I think Durrani, unfortunately, was just a little too patient there with the 18, as Nicholas Samadio now is going to dive it down the inside. And it looks like he is going to get down to the inside of the 18 of Chris Jericho, and he's going to try, and he is going to take that spot away from the 18.
A slide job there from Samadio, and finally someone was aggressive enough to get past the 18. Miller's not going to be able to get there though, as here comes Tampaun, almost with a dive bomb on Aaron Abel. I'm surprised that Tampaun is still up to speed with him doing a half spin, and with maybe minor damage and flat spine the tires. But he's wanting to get in that 4th spot. Samadio, we are really going to have to watch out for Samadio, because he could be in the captain's seat to win this thing if everything works out. We don't know what the strategy is going to work out here, so we just have to wait and see. Stephen Collin trying to catch back up to Eric Monaco in the number 19. And he has. Monaco was pulling away, but Collin back on the back bumper. Now Abel's going to get a little bit of a draft off of turn number 2 and might be able to slingshot both of these two, or at least the 29. A couple of draws main moves. I see the Crampton main moves back there. I saw the 17 of Donnie Fallington. Danny Fallington making some moves.
Number 1, Nicholas Samadio got by Tanner Parton after Dylan Matthews got by the 29. Samadio trying to make his way up towards the front, but he's still side by side back there with the number 29. But now we got a 3-horse race for the lead right now, but that was a bad turn 1 there by Stephen Cologne. He had to check up a bunch there. And that could potentially allow the 43 to get to the inside. Not quite going to happen just yet.
Cue the Shark theme music. Here comes Samadio all over the back bumper of the 41. And might be able to make a dive bomb here in turn 3. Not quite. Being patient here early on. Still only halfway through the Birthday Bash. And it's going to be interesting. When will these drivers pit? Oh, here we go. Matthews.
Oh, here they come. Here comes Matthews at least.
Oh, my goodness.
Big one.
The big one in turn number 4.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they're going to rule. Oh, no. Look out for the 8th. They're wrecking up ahead as well. Oh.
Matthew Burnett got turned, and Hubert about got flipped down the front stretch. Oh boy. That was indeed the big one. The 21, 41, 15. The 99 again, the 83, 14, the 8. 30 again, the 36 again. Oh my goodness. And you know what? That's going to work out perfectly for the top 5. Or 4 out of the top 5.
Definitely. Everyone's gonna be able to make it to the end now.
Oh yeah, Monaco, Cologne, Abel, Jericho, and Poland. Those five especially, that's going to work out perfectly for them here. And if everyone pits here, which I would imagine they would, this is past the fuel window where they will be good from here on out. It looks like that is going to be the case. General consensus should be everyone pitting, and wow, I was not expecting the big one right there, but everyone was, I guess, checking up a little bit because of Dylan Matthews, but that happened so far in the back, I don't think that was what happened. I have to wait and see, as that is indeed everyone pitting here on lap 17.
It looked like there were some strong cars involved in that, too. I think one car that might have been involved in that was the 88 of Jordan Stout. He had a really fast car here today, and that's really unfortunate for him. Yeah, like you said, this is good. This is exactly what all these guys that stayed out were looking for. An early caution, but still enough to make it to the end on fuel. So that is going to work out perfectly for them. How about the 02? Blake Buville, I think he might have just took either fuel only or 2 tires or something. We got a lot of split strategy going on here.
A lot of newcomers up front. The 02 with a big time move. I think he might just took fuel only. Oh boy. Danny Farmington in number 17. I thought that was Donnie Farmington, but that's Danny. So that is a first start for Danny Farmington in the number 17. How about this number 40? Sam Oscar with some strategy up towards the front. Same with Will Parrish. Bringing Beal with some split strategy. Oh boy. This is going to get interesting on the restart. And Matthews will get the wave round, I believe, since they pitted right when the caution happened. So, gonna fix that, and let's go ahead and see what caused the big one in turn number 4 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here we go. This happened to bring out the second caution of the day, and the big one in turn number 4. I think Jordan Stout might have got tight in the number 88, and unfortunately ran into the corner pair of Logan Williams right there in the 14. And we've seen this in the minicar series in the Mindy 250 on HE the channel. Whenever a car goes to the inside, that's not normally a good thing. In this case, it was not. The 88 going up with the racetrack edge to the number 6 with a little bit of contact. And then Logan Williams in the number 14 right there into Reim, into the 44 of Ladovic Chouette. Ace Alpha with a little clip of it. Ben Watson, Noah Clifton, Derek Hamill, Justin Zeidel, Matthew Hubert, maybe a little bit of damage right there. And the big one, as they went up front again, Alexander Rowe made his first start in a while on the channel. Neil Sanko in the 28 first time driver. And that was what you call the big one at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But then they went again up here between the number 36 and the 48. They kind of squeezed. And unfortunately, they half spun once, came back to the racetrack, and half spun again and about tipped over. And then the 8, Burnett got spun and got ran into by the 99. So a lot of action happened all at once, and let's go ahead and take a full speed look of the big one at Indianapolis.
Looks like the trouble turn at Indianapolis is going to strike once again, as you're going to see right here. 88, Jordan Stout's going to get a little tight, going to get into the 14 of Logan Williams, spin him around, and what goes down here must come back up, as he's going to slam right back into the field. And that is going to be the big one here. If you thought the first one was big, wait, this one was a lot bigger. And then it's just a case of everything everywhere all at once, as everyone's trying to, I guess, get situated after that wreck. And 8 goes around, 99's going to pile drive into him. And up front, the 48 and the 36 get together. 36 almost went over. Luckily, he managed to stay on all 4 wheels, but just so much happening. And Unfortunately, that took out some really strong cars that we consistently seen in the top 10, like Logan Williams, Jordan Stout, all those guys. Really, really tough break for them.
Yeah, a lot of strong drivers here today involved, and it was the number 2 who was either just inside the top 10 or outside the top 10 with a massive strategy call. We will look at this during the cut here and let you guys know what he did. But those 2 will be the race leader, and let's get back to the restart at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Welcome back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and for the 2024 Birthday Bash, this has been a lot more chaotic than last year's event. Dylan Matthews, that was a perfectly timed caution for them, and they will actually be the race leader here. With this 0-2 at tip fuel only, a Blake Blueville in second, San Diego in third. This number 9 7 and 4th. Danny Farmington in 5th, Crampton in 6th, Oscar in 7th, Parrish in 8th, April in 9th, and Beal in the 10th position. As, oh no, Tanner Pond blew up. I guess that damage affected him under this caution. That's unfortunate. Luckily for him, I think he's in the Altitude Momentus 500 tomorrow, so he can still get a win this week, but tough way for him. And can go through the list of drivers that are now out in this race. Number 7 of Les, Ronald Kennington, Logan Williams, Ludovic Chouette, Benny Watson, Noah Clifton, Dale Camel are all out from that big one, and then Ormond and Medical out from the first caution. So a lot of cars out. We still have a lot of cars left, but it's going to be interesting what ends up happening. Matthews, with that perfectly timed caution, is the leader. And then this 0-2, Blake Blueville, first time driver, first time start. Fiore is in second, but we'll pick, and honestly, possibly one of the favorites here at this point, San Diego in third. 10 laps to go. Back green, and Dylan Matthews with a great restart.
Oh man, yeah, that was a restart and a half there by Dylan Matthews. She absolutely took off on that 41. But yeah, that was an absolutely perfect strategy call, because this track is big enough to the point where, I mean, you can pit when the caution comes out, and you won't be lapped by the field. So that absolutely worked out perfectly for Dylan Matthews, and she's opening up a pretty good gap for the lead. As they go down the backstretch, you can see back there Tanner Parton to the inside of Danny Fallington. He's trying to make his way up into this lead battle, but I have to see with all these guys that pitted how the different strategy calls are going to affect them. But still got a little ways to go in this race. Still a lot of time for a lot of stuff to happen.
Oh yeah, 9 laps to go at Indy is a long time. That's about 8-9 minutes here. So a lot of time for stuff to go down. One thing I'm interested in is how this 0-2 ends up playing things out, because he's on slightly older tires, because I think he pitted under the previous caution. So he's not on ridiculously old tires, but maybe slightly older tires by a couple laps. And he's pulling away from San Diego and Dewani here. Dewani not quite to the inside of that number 1, but San Diego's going to go way right into the outside wall. Oh no.
Oh, that's probably going to be big, because that's probably going to give the one a little bit of aero damage, and aerodynamics is pretty big here. Have to see if he's able to hang on, but yeah, Buville pulling off something pretty interesting here. Yeah, he didn't take tires, but ooh, that was almost 3 wide there. As Crampton, he's absolutely shoving his way to the inside there, but yeah, the 0-2's managing to hold strong despite not taking any tires there. So yeah, like you said, they do have a little bit of laps on him, but not too much. So they still might be at least up to par. Excuse me, but oh boy, I tell you who's fast right now, the 22, Travis Crampton. I think his car has come alive here late in this race. Now he's on the back bumper of Will Parrish, looking to get up into the top 5.
Both of these draws, Will Parrish and Travis Crampton, have popped up inside the top 5 late. Will Parrish, team owner in both Cup and Trucks. Crampton driving in Cup and has a development driver in the Truck Series. And both of these draws popped up late. and doing a great job up front, and Crampton really wants to get past this number 4. Like you said, I think that 22 Dodge has came to life late here in the Birthday Bash. The 02 starting to gain on this number 41 of Matthews. Did have about 0.8 of a second lead. Now it's down to half a second. This is not over quite yet. We still could have a restart, and we could still have some things go on. We've seen it happen before, where it's not been over until it's over, and Ryan joining the poster, trying to mount a late race charge, catching up to this 02, and he's going to have a massive one to the inside down the front stretch.
And now I think we're really starting to see these new tires coming into effect as Durrani trying to get down to the inside of the number 02. And here comes the 22, Travis Crampton. But yeah, got a lot of new names up here in the top 10. How about the 32, Nathan Buchanan? He's made his way up here in the top 10 here late. It's the Yacht Club's favorite driver, known for causing so much chaos in a season that he got fired midway through. But he's in the top 10 late. He's making some passes. Good first start for the number 32, as Will Parrish now trying to get by the 02, as the 22 and the 97 have already gotten by. Have to see how much they can cut into that 41's lead. This definitely isn't over here.
Still 5 laps to go, and have to see if anything has, if anyone has anything. Crampton might have something.
Crampton.
Tell you what, Crampton is a former Alta de Moranis 500 winner. He's never won the Birthday Bash, trying to get his second special event victory. Oh, and he's gonna block the 97, and he's gonna get clear. He's gonna have 5 laps, more or less 4 laps to chase down Matthews for the race lead. How about April? He won at Dover last night in the JBL Cup Series, and with a top 5 won again. Sam Oskin up front, Sam Collin up front, still from that strategy. Nathan Buchanan, Chris Jericho, a team over in the Cup Series, he's up inside the top 10. And how about the number 11 of Omanis, just outside the top 10, Danny Farrington, and the number 17. Doing a good job. I might have put Donnie instead of Danny, but it's whatever. 4 laps to go, 1 second advantage. And Crampton got past the 97, but he's not been able to gain on the 97 yet. And that strategy call might have been a 10 out of 10 play from that 41 team, as she might be able to get this race win.
It's still not over just yet. I think that 22 and 97 might be gaining, but there could be a pretty good chance here that strategy call could have just won Matthews the race, but oh yeah, the 22 and the 97 are closing.
Oh, we got caution.
Now.
And that might have just done it. Unfortunately, right when the 22 and 97 were catching up.
Oh my goodness.
And it might have been
that
for
might have been
Samadeo. Yeah, it might have been that number 1 machine. We were about to have a race on our hands for the race lead, I think. The 97 and the 22 were closing it in very, very fast. And unfortunately, yeah, I would try and do the chat tool, but I think it wouldn't even matter, because that happened with 3 to go. At the line, it would be 2 to go. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. I think Matthews is going to win the Birthday Bash for 2024.
That's going to be the case. That strategist probably needs a raise. Because that one strategy call just won Dylan Matthews the race, potentially. That was an amazing call, and honestly, if this is over, that was still an incredible race, and what a charge there from Crampton and Durrani late. But it's still not over just yet. It's looking good for Matthews, but still has to get around a few more laps here before this is officially over.
Oh yeah, we've seen some interesting things happen before at Indianapolis. And we've seen some interesting things happen before in general. Just look at the Richmond race, where we had a brake failure for the race leader at one point, and the engine went up in Simulcon at a different race leader, so it's not completely over. But that's a heartbreak for Crampton and Giovanni. They were both closing in very, very fast right when the caution came out. And if the caution didn't come out, it would have been an amazing three-way battle between the top three. Gonna give a shout out to Ian Abel though. He won yesterday at Dover, and he's gonna get a top 5 here at the Brickyard. And the Middle Parish is gonna get a 5th place finish as well. Great one for that number 4 machine. Your Parachute doesn't really drive that much this year. Owns in Cup and Trucks, so great one for that 4 machine. And that is very, very unfortunate. We're gonna quickly see what happened to San Rodeo here, and then get to the final lap in the 2024 Birthday Bash. Well, here we go. This happened to bring out the 3rd and final caution of the day, and this one could have been avoided if I'm going to be completely honest. San Rodeo on the outside lane here, and he already has damage with that aero damage hitting turn number 3, or hitting the wall off turn number 3. And then here comes the 45 of Andrew Miller. Not sure what he was doing, and just did a late dive bomb when San Rodeo basically was all the way down to the inside lane. And unfortunately, San Rodeo with a big shot into the outside wall and goes wickedly spinning here in turn number 4. And this has been the trouble end. Turn 3, that's the turn 3, and then entering turn 4 has been the trouble spot. A lot of close calls between the 55, the 10, and the 88 and the 9. But luckily only a 1 car spin. Could have been avoided. But San Rodeo, low pick Caleb, is destroyed here late in the Birthday Bash.
You're seeing right here, Nicholas Samadillo potentially already struggling with the aero damage on his car after he got into the wall. Stuck on the outside, you see going into turn number 3. Here comes the 45. Andrew Miller sending it in, spins the 1. Hard shot to the outside wall for Nicholas Samadillo. Luckily, he didn't slide down and collect anybody else there. They were able to squeeze by. But real unfortunate break for Samadillo, and fortunate break for Crampton and Durrani. With that happening so late, that's probably going to end the race here. And potentially bar him a shot from getting the race victory here, but man, like I said, what an absolute incredible strategy call from Matthews. And that probably saved her and is probably going to get her the race victory here.
Yeah, most likely will give her the race victory. And who knew that when we had that big one, that this 41 of Matthews and this 41 team was going to do a 10 out of 10 strategy call and end up staying up front for the rest of it, and is probably going to get the race win here. Let's see if we end up going back green or not, and if Matthews end up going to go and get the race win. Let's find out in the 2024 Birthday Bash. Well, we said that we still have 1 lap to go and something could happen to the Matthews. Well, something just happened to the 97. A tire goes down right in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and that's gonna end Dwight's race, and what's gonna get 3rd place won.
Man, that is absolutely terrible for Ryan Durrani, because under caution, probably not going to get this race back going, and I mean, he is still going to be in the race, but there's absolutely no time, no chance for him to recover. He's just going to have to take what he can get at this point. That is so unfortunate for the 97, especially after the run he was having today.
Started on pole, was up front the majority of this race, and you gotta love Goodyear, right? Blows the tire literally with 1.25 laps to go, and instead of getting the top 3 finish, he's gonna finish 32nd, I believe. That's a heartbreak for Dwight. So now, that's going to move Aaron Abel up to 3rd. First yesterday, 3rd today. Even better outcome for that 43 of Abel. Will Parrish is going to be 4th now. And Sam Oslin's going to get that 5th place one in that number 40 machine. Seen Colin, Nathan Buchanan, first career start is gonna be in 6th now, I believe. 7th. Jericho in 8th. Owen Miles is gonna be in 9th, and Danny Farmington is gonna be in 10th. Great one for that 17. And we didn't really see up front most of this day, but what a birthday bash this was. Definitely a lot more chaotic than last year's event. And I'll have a turn number 4 and down this long front straightaway unless something drastic happens. Dylan Matthews is gonna win here at Indianapolis. And down the front stretch for the final time. What a birthday bash this was. 3 cautions, a medium wreck, the big one, and a single car spin that could have been avoided probably. But at the line, it would be the number 41 of Dylan Matthews as she will win the 2024 NR2003 Birthday Bash.
Is this what 100 strategy ratings looks like? That call could not have been any more perfect from that number 41. Everything fell into their hands perfectly, and they were able to capitalize. And Dylan Matthews, she's going to victory lane here today. Good stuff there.
And going to victory lane at one of the most famous racetracks in the country at IMS, and a great victory as well. Stay up front the last 9 or 10 laps, and who knows if it stayed green. What could have been with Crampton and Duane, we could have had a great battle for the last 2 laps, but unfortunately that's not the case. Crampton also close to getting his 2nd special event victory, and 2nd Alan Abel in 3rd, Will Parrish in 4th for the number 4, and then Matthews' teammate Sam Osborne is going to get 5th, going one for Chip Ganassi today. My favorite NASCAR team of all time. Stephen Collin is in 6th, Nathan Buchanan in 7th, Jericho, Miles, and Danny Farmington rounds out the top 10. Great ones for a lot of these drivers. Shout out to Blake Blueville in his number 02. Still going to get, I believe, a 13th place finish with that fee-only strategy. And a solid one in his debut. A great race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it will be Dylan Matthews picking up the race win. Matthews, Crampton, Abel, Parrish, Oskin, Cologne, Buchanan, Jericho, Miles, and Danny Farmington running out the top 10. Beal, Monaco, Blueville, Miller, Alfred, Bernal, Olvera, Eli Bright, I don't know, I guess it's 17th place one. Didn't see that 23 all day long. Haas, Miller, and Wachowski, the top 20. Wachowski had some damage in a big one, and a lot of these drivers outside the top 20 did. Zonka, who first time on the channel in a hot minute. I believe he's in the Autism Awareness 500 tomorrow, so he's gonna have another shot at a race win. Folkman, Stout, that's a heartbreaker for the 88. Was strong today. Luna, Gutierrez, San Mateo, that's another heartbreaker. Bonnet, and then Zydell, Reim, Hooper, and Duane. That is probably the heartbreaker of the day. On the pole, dominate early, up front all day long. Ty goes down late and gonna finish 32nd instead of getting 3rd. And then all those drivers from 33rd on back to 42nd. 10 drivers in total DNF here today. What a birthday bash, and what's the final thoughts of this 2024 edition of the Birthday Bash?
That was a really good race, a really fun race. Had a lot of interesting factors to it with the strategy and everything, and it had its good share of chaos too. But yeah, like I said, we're just here to have fun, and I think that was a very fun race indeed. But once again, congratulations to Dylan Matthews for, like I said, playing that strategy to absolute perfection. But it doesn't matter how you won, how many laps you led. At the end of the day, it's just who crosses the line first, and today that was Dylan Matthews.
Without a doubt, Matthews has had an up and down season, mostly a down season in the Cup Series, so maybe this can be some momentum for her going into the last 6 races. And what a special event this was. This is a lot more chaotic than last year, and definitely put on a show here at Indianapolis. And the next time we will see Indy on the schedule will be on 4th of July to kick off the Season 5 chase for the JBL Cup Series. That's going to be a blast. But before we get there and before we go cup racing again, next we got Kansas. We have probably the second biggest special event and the most chaotic special event of them all. It is the All of the Moranis 500 tomorrow night here on NS Racing 97. 50 laps at Talladega. That's going to be crazy as always. And we have to wait and see if who can join Matthews like today and mark their name into the history books as a special event winner. Thanks for Caleb for joining me up here in the booth for this one. And once again, congratulations on to Dale Matthews on getting the race win here in the 2024 Birthday Bash. She will get a reserve in next year's event, and we'll have to see if who will win the 2025 edition of this event. And until tomorrow for the Autism Awareness 500, we will see you guys next time. Bye!